Hi everyone. Welcome back to yet another World Cup celebration
Proteas have defeated one of the most dominant teams in sporting.
World Cup celebration. I'm joking. Welcome back to yet another episode of On the Boundary. Just two coaches chatting cricket, and I'm sure many of you can see the smiles on our faces, and we are even wearing our South African shirts. Coachy, do you want to introduce today's show?
We want to celebrate and anticipate another final. Looking forward to and looking forward to the girls doing the thing in the final. We already know who the opponents are, so I think we can beat that other team from down under.
Speaking of opponents, Coachy, were you expecting us, or were you hoping to get New Zealand in the final, or would you have preferred?
Honestly, honestly, after England and Australia and India were out, because those are the teams you really want to beat. Once those were out, I didn't mind whoever we got in the final. Problem with West Indies would have been that world boss in Dotton who could take a game away from you single-handedly. Otherwise, I don't think I would have minded playing either of them.
Also, the Caribbean ladies seemed a bit pumped up in their game against England. As much as I would say I'm not afraid of them, but I was a bit concerned because of how they looked pumped up against England. Because I thought they were going to lose that game, and they came out guns blazing. But yeah, to be honest, I think it didn't matter who we faced. It's not going to matter who we face in the final. The only team that I was worried about was Australia, and a lot of people were saying, "No, we need to finish top of the group to avoid Australia." But I boldly said, "Look, the only way we're going to win this thing is by beating Australia," and we've done that. So the next thing is going to be slightly easier. I think we're going to win this World Cup. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the semi-final, Kochi? Annika Bosch going into the semi-final. A lot of people were concerned about a strike rate. Sake. In fact, not her only. Our number, the opener, Annika Bosch and Tasman Brits. A lot of people were questioning their scoring rate, and Annika Bosch just came out and she said, "You know what? You guys have been questioning my scoring rate. I'm gonna show you flames in a high pressure situation against a very good Australian side."
As you said, and I don't think it was unwarranted questioning. I won't say
Yeah,
criticism on those strike rates, especially when you've got people like Chloe Tryon and Marazan Kapp a little later on in the batting order. So yes, you want to have one of few people trying to bat through, or it's T20, so you don't want to use the word anchoring, but you want someone that they can bat around. But even when you're doing that, you want that to be done at slightly quicker strike rate. So it
yeah.
was a worry going into that semi final, especially going into that semi final against a team like Australia, who has power from opener to at least number 9. So if they get going, you're going to have to bat at a quicker rate to get the runs that they have scored.
Yeah, no, it's very spot on there. Even for me, even me, I was a bit on their case because I felt like at times they were putting Olora, the captain, under pressure to try and score quickly, even when things were not happening for her. But in the semi final against Australia, she was allowed to just play naturally without going for the extra risk. But another thing, how good has our batting been? None of our tail enders have had a bat this whole tournament.
Uh, Getting ready for this show, I had a look at some of the scorecards and I'm like, we haven't even really needed a cup yet. So that that can only be positive. I know we will always say you want your middle order to have a run and have a few games before you get to the final. But as you said, the the two who have made the top three actually all up there. The top two are in the leading run scorers. Now Annika has got the top score of the tournament, so she's gonna be up there as well. Then you still have Chloe. Then you have Cup. So now we look like we have a really good. And I haven't even mentioned Shunay Luz. So that's like a very, very, very good top six going into the final.
Oh yeah, no, spot on, coachy. And you know what's the biggest takeaway from me when it comes to this team and this tournament? Yes, they've been in this situation before, but I think the big difference is how they seem to be playing as a team. Different players are raising their hands at different intervals, especially when needed most. I was watching the semi-final and there's a call that Usinalo Jafta made behind the stumps. Personally, I thought that was not out. I think it was Talia McGrath that caught behind. From where I was sitting, I was like, no, man, this is a wasted review. And to see how certain Usinalo was about it took me back to the game. I think it was the game against West Indies or it was against England. She made another massive call there when Umlaba was bowling and there was a fine, thin edge. It was caught behind, and she was like, let's go for it. And I think to have a keeper who can do that is very important. It took me back to Ukwini missing edge when was it Kane Williamson batting, and he put us to the sword that day. Yeah, but you know how it is. A few people have been on Senala's case, but I think she has done really well this tournament. Yes, previous tournament she seemed to struggle a bit, but this tournament, keeping and the energy she brings to the team is very important. Coachy, what do you think about that?
All that you said, I really agree with. That edge you talk about, that Queenie missed, I don't think it was an edge. He middled it, so doesn't count as an edge. Uh, on on Snalo, I think also the relationship she has with Umlava allows Umlava to express herself even more. They bounce ideas off each other so well. So it it bodes well for the whole team. I think it's not. I don't want to single her out and say
Yeah,
Snalo has been so brilliant, but because of all of them as a whole, you feel the energy from everyone. Who it feels like they all believe in each other. They believe that they can do this. So it all bodes well, as I said, for the whole team. Snalo, and I also think you need to be allowed to have the confidence that Snalo has in making those decisions, and
yeah,
that I think is allowed by Laura, the captain. So the way that Laura has led this team to where it is right now. And she doesn't look like one of those authoritative captains who want
it's
to
so
be
related.
out there. She just lets it happen, and it seems to be working for the ladies. So she also needs a lot of credit for how this team has been performing.
Yeah, no, definitely that's true. Like I said, they've been working as a team, and different people have been contributing at different times, especially when they were needed. And I think this is one of the reasons why we see the team in the final again. This is the second final in the last two tournaments that they've played in, and I'm positive that we they're gonna bring it home. I think the writing is on the wall, but we just need them to go out there on Sunday and show up the way they showed up. Because for me, it made me a bit emotional seeing a South African team dominating an Australian side in a World Cup to even top it off in a World Cup semi-final. I mean, even the guys haven't been able to do that. Even the last World Cup we played against Australia, we were not able to dominate them. But you could see even the Australian team on the side, on the boundary side, you could see the looks on their faces that they couldn't believe that is this the South African team And that's what we want to see, Coach Ara.
Mm, yes, what was that World Cup where Jacques Kallis came down the wicket after hitting a boundary of Glenn McGrath? It felt like at one point when the ladies were starting to hit the ball straight down the ground, I felt like I got nervous and remembered that attempt at trying to attack Australia that the men had done in that World Cup. So I was nervous, but after a few, I really it was something we've been always asking for from both the ladies and the men to put their front foot forward and not take the back seat and go into their shell. Take the positive route. Try to dominate games. Try to beat teams. Not try to not lose games. In this case, it felt like they were going out there to chase that and try to win that game. Not thinking, oh, it's Australia, the best team in the world, rightfully so, the best team in the world. And they didn't care about that. They said, if we go out there and we execute what we're trying to execute, we win this. And I think that's how all Proteas should be going into games.
Yeah, nah, spot on, Coach. I agree with you. Look, I'm probably gonna watch that game for the next, I don't know, until maybe I die. There'll be days when I need serious motivation. I'll just look for that game and watch South Africa dominate Australia in a semi-final of a cricket World Cup. It doesn't get better than that. It's gonna get better than that though if we win this World Cup. And no, man, the ladies have been awesome. The ladies have been great. Looking forward to Sunday, and we will talk about the whole T20 World Cup, the whole campaign. We will talk about it once the ladies have come back with the trophy. And I think for now, we just basically wanted to celebrate the ladies. We just basically wanted to say thank you to them for showing the world that South Africa actually can dominate Australia in a cricket World Cup. And hopefully, this is only the beginning. I don't know, Coach Ara, if you want to close it off for us, then we can say goodbye. We will see our viewers on our next show when we are crowned the T20 Women's World Cup champions.
I don't want to close the show off without putting in a big word on the bowlers. I
Yeah,
feel this World Cup has suited our bowling lineup so much, which it went under the radar. Going into that game against Australia, a lot of people had Australia favorites, maybe me included as well. But I felt like the amount of spin we have and the amount of spin we bowl would allow us to do a lot against Australia in that game. Get it close, I was believing. I don't want to say I was a doubter, but I
it's
I
okay.
felt like we had a chance.
It's okay. I'm not gonna
I
judge you.
always felt like we had a chance.
At least you've seen the
Sorry?
light, Coach. So it's okay.
No, I honestly always felt like this team. Yes, you've got Marazan and I Kaka at the top with the pace, and then after that we literally have spin all the way. Because I love what Nadine has been bowling, that long run up leg spin.
And those
It's been
takedowns,
working.
yeah.
It's been beautiful. Long run up leg spin. It's been beautiful. Like we, they've adapted to the conditions and they've allowed the team. Yesterday against Australia, they they didn't bowl Mlaba a lot in the at the beginning. They allowed the game to sort of drift because they saw Australia wasn't going after them. They were able to control them without Mlaba. So, and
Yeah.
then when they needed to go at South Africa, they were able to bring back Mlaba before Australia could explode. And I think that restricted them even more. So the adaptability to this tournament of the bowling, especially, has been gone under the radar because of the scoring that the top three have done.
Yeah, no, that's very spot on, Coach. I mean, you've got Aya and Marizan swinging the ball early on in the power play. You've got Chloe Tryon also to bowl some filthy off spin of hers, decent offies as well. You've got Umlaba who comes in, takes wickets. You've got Nadine on the other side who helps control the game in the middle overs. I think we've got almost just the perfect bowling attack. And building up to the World Cup, many of us were concerned because it looked like our bowling was lacking a bit of bite. That fierce bowler, that quick, fast bowler who's in your face. Shibi, she retired, and not a lot of us were hoping she would come out of retirement. But whatever the coaches did with this bowling attack to make it so potent, even without someone like her, I think that's another thing we need to give credit to. I don't know what the coaches said to the girls. I don't know what they did, but they took a bowling attack that looked like it didn't have enough bite, and they turned it into an entire a pit bull, and it's been biting everyone all over the tournament.
Yeah, we just needed to bite a few more people in that final. So that's what we're looking forward to now. A chance for other people to perform, especially with the bat, and get us over the line. That's all we're looking forward to now.
Yeah, a few more bites from our people, and then we'll be crowned champions. I know a lot of people were thinking, "Yeah, this prize is so overconfident, as if they've been there before." I can feel it in my heart. I can feel it from the bottom of my heart that we're going to be champions. If it doesn't happen, oh my god! But it's going to happen. Trust me.
Yeah, I can't wait for that final. We're going to be up there. Sorry to Amelia Kerr, I won't be supporting her for once. I'll green and gold all the way.
Yeah, I'm hoping Amelia and Susie Bates don't have a good they don't have a good game, because if they do, we could find ourselves in trouble. Now I have a game. My girls are playing on Sunday, but I'm hoping our game is going to be over in time for me to be able to check out the final, and hopefully maybe we'll just watch the final together after the game. Who knows?
Yeah, bowl first. I see your team scoring too much runs these days. Bowl first, throw the other team out.
We cook this side, Coach Ara. We cook.
Thank you very much, Richie.
Okay, Coach. Thank you for another interesting show, and I will see you in the next show when we are crowned champions. And to everyone watching the show, leave messages for the ladies if you want, and who knows, maybe they might see them. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, questions, anything, and we'll see you for our next show. Cheers, Coachy.
Cheers.
Teams in sporting history.
Come on, guys. Woo! I just do nothing basically. She just did everything. I just have to run hard. That's what I meant. Yeah! Woo! Come on, boys! I can ski. No DNA, just RSA, mates.
You deserve this, man. Been working hard for this. Yes, man. Look at you. We don't give it up.